you how to get the figures in advance. I don't see nobody else but us giving a damn. So let me know what you wanna do.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Okay, ready? Have the 60, have the 60.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Bears, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And they needed to be, because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well, and that's what they did in their last game.
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Second down, Howell back to pass. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 2. You look at this Bears defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And they needed to be, because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well. And that's what they did in the last game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Howell down to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Back deep for Chicago, Daz Newsome. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They run with a former Panther. It's D'Onta Foreman. Oh, what a move. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He's on his way. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big-time ramble there by Foreman, and even 70 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
They'll run here with Herbert. Fighting. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Khalil Herbert His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Now Howell. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Herbert powering up the middle. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
On 1st down, Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It will be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's a give to Herbert. Puts this one in for a Bears touchdown. Khalil Herbert, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They'll come out in the pistol. Fields going to hold on to it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Justin Fields, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
34-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. A handoff for Herbert, and he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
You got a mini base. Why not? Go.
Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. And bulldozing his way through. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 1st down, right back to Herbert. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Commanders nothing.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Here we go, son.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, Ken.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Howell. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Howell. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. We're good.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here we go.
2nd down and 3.
Hey, Ken.
They'll run. It's Herbert. Oh, good move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And the Bears' 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. That's complete right side to commit. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Herbert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Extend.
To throw is Fields. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. They'll set up a throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, Howell. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Second and 10. Powell. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and the ball is knocked out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Fields now to throw. Caught right side. It's Lewis. He'll get only 3 there, so he leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Bears.
Don't jump. Ready? Go.
Fields going to change things up here. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Let's go.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 3. And Howe will throw it. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
First down, Howe to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Dotson's somebody who can turn any catch into a big play. That's why Washington took him 16th overall in 2022. And that's what he showed in a strong rookie season. Expect a big jump for him in year 2.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Howe, he'll look to throw it. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Howe looking to throw again. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here's Howe. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
A 37-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Here's Fields. Finding more on the out route for the completion. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Gain of 10 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
Now 2nd and 5. Now Fields. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. On play action, Fields. And this one is incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Go.
They'll run here with Herbert. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. Fights loose. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. Howell now to throw it. Complete, it's Dotson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Jahan Dotson. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
A yard, all they need, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
2nd and 10, Howell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Sly able to put this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10 upcoming. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. This is fielded at the 27. Shedding the tackle. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a first and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Howell throwing on third down here. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Herbert making a nice play there, coming off a 700-yard campaign, despite making just one start in 2022. Played a big part in the Bears becoming the 5th team in NFL history to rush for 3,000 yards in a season.
On first and 10, it's Herbert. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2nd and 7. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen for Herbert. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go. You got it.
Herbert will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Santos now to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Bears 24, Commanders 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
Their own 14-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Robinson with another carry. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Newsome now on the return. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 66 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. This time they'll throw it with Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Big yardage that time for Washington. And even 50 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Howell throwing for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion. But still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do. And don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here we go, son.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down there.
Here we go.
This is Herbert. Bust through the tackle. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down, Chicago.
Here we go.
There's Mooney with another catch. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Here we go.
Herbert powering up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Fields now to throw. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
70 Lions. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Go.
2nd down, Howell now. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
At the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. Herbert, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's 3rd and 3. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw. Howell. A quick throw, but incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved, because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On the counter, this is Robinson. Down to about the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Howell. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And they end.
Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score.
Commanders 26.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
11. Now Fields. And this is caught. He hits low. And he is going to have the Bears first. And that should be the capper.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double.
And he loses the football a second time. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Howell. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Howell to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. He's back to throw. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here we go, 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw. It's caught. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a two-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a two-point game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Chicago, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.